The Society of Actuaries Research Institute, the Casualty Actuarial Society, and the Canadian Institute of Actuaries recently released the key findings from our 2021 Emerging Risks Survey. This is the 15th of these surveys in the annual series. The survey was performed by Max Rudolph of Rudolph Financial Consulting. Max has been very active in asset liability management and enterprise risk management for many years, and also recently affiliated with actuarial risk management. The survey incorporated a set of emerging risks defined by the World Economic Forum as the basis for a variety of questions that were asked the participants, and also included questions related to current risk management topics. So, Max, pandemics are really on everyone's mind these days. I remember last year when we saw a huge spike in people being concerned about the pandemic risk. What did you see from the survey results this year?
Thanks for the invitation, Dale. There are lots of risk surveys that come out early in the year. I feel that ours does a good job of asking consistent questions over time so that we can trend the responses. Pandemic risk is a great example. Last year it spiked. As a current risk, it increased from 2% all the way up to 45% of the respondents. And when asked about the top emerging risk, it grew from 2 to 8%. This year, both fell back, reflecting recency bias, so no surprise there. But pandemics are still third among emerging risks, behind climate change and cyber. And it remains the top current risk at 27%. So over 1 in 4 respondents list pandemics as their top current risk. We want respondents to think out beyond their tactical plan time horizons, so not be as susceptible to recency bias. So I feel like these results confirm the credibility of the survey.
Max, we've been seeing in newspaper articles and journals this concept of let's call it the big quit, or also known as the great resignation, impacting employers and employees and all that's going on at companies. How has this impacted risk management teams at insurance companies?
Each year we rotate in a couple of new questions. And this year the Joint Risk Management section wanted to hear if insurance risk teams had lost staff and if it was hard to find resources. Listeners probably already know that the answer was yes to both at many companies. We saw 63% said that it had impacted them in one or more ways, with 54% losing staff, 22% lost key staff members, 41% had trouble hiring staff, and another 41% had trouble hiring experienced staff. This will be a real challenge going forward, especially if there are large risk events happen in the next year or two. My experience is that the risk team is heavily recruited internally. So other areas will be stealing some experienced risk managers as well, making the job even tougher to get fully staffed.
Max, you have this benefit, the opportunity of being the researcher for this report in all its iterations. Is there a part of the project that you find especially insightful, but sometimes maybe overlooked or a little bit smaller in scope from the readers?
The glossary hides in an appendix, but it's evolved over time. It provides a short summary of the emerging risks. I personally find it fascinating to take the suggestions of respondents each year and adjust the definition to add clarity for each of the risks. We don't change everyone every year, but occasionally we do make some minor tweaks to the definitions. But with only 23 risks to work with, there's always going to be differences of opinion. But I do try to do my best. And I will always say that I continue to learn every year. It's been a great research project to work on.
Really helpful overview, Max. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by to discuss this 15th annual survey of emerging risks and its key findings.
Thanks, Dale. My pleasure to be here.
And if you have any feedback or questions about this report or others, certainly welcome your feedback. Please contact us. Send us an email at research@soa.org. This 15th annual survey of emerging risks can be found on the SOA website. Go to SOA.org, click on our Research Institute, and then pull down under risk management, and you'll see the variety of reports there, including this annual survey. Thanks for joining us today to learn about more projects from the Society of Actuaries Research Institute.